This is Mary over there.
And this is Nicole. We are both local Metro West business owners, avid networkers, and supporters of our local communities. My motto has always been, shop local, support local, give local.
It's a little bit hard to do this physically right now to network and support local businesses. However, we can still do it the virtual way. And this is what we're doing here today.
Excellent. So we're excited to introduce Ted Twinney. Looks like a great background there, Ted.
Hi there.
So I'm just going to read Ted's bio so I don't miss anything. Ted is the co-founder and manager of Startline Brewing Company. He co-founded and opened Startline in Hopkinton, Mass. In the fall of 2016 after developing his vision for entering the brewery scene for more than a decade. Ted has a strong passion for crafting great beers, building a leading brand experience, and in bringing together a winning team who share a vision of establishing and developing a leading local brewery business in Massachusetts. Startline uniquely grows their own hydroponic hops on property and participates in the marathon footprint of Hopkinton as points of differentiation. Prior to opening his brewery, Ted enjoyed a 29-year career in the consumer packaged goods industry with GlaxoSmithKline, where he led a sales team and customer development as Regional VP of Sales, Director of Customer Marketing, Manager of Sales, Training, and Development. So I guess, Ted, I'll have to add to my tagline, shop local, support local, give local, and drink local.
Drink local, right. Perfect.
So welcome.
Well, thank you very much for having me. I appreciate the time and focus on our business. Hope you guys are doing well.
Awesome. So good to have you, Ted. That's what I love about doing these interviews. You learn so much about all the people around you, and I had no idea, and Mary opened me up to new things now. And being from Germany, beer is a huge thing.
Yes, it is. We have a lot of respect for the history of beer from Germany.
So Ted, I'm gonna jump right in there with my first question. So maybe you can give us a little glimpse. What does your day look like right now? I mean, what does your normal day look like in this whole situation with everything going on?
Yeah, we find ourselves, like everybody, I'm sure, and particularly the small business owners, waking up every morning like Groundhog's Day and kind of wondering, how did we get here and what are we doing to get through the day today, to be honest. We've been forced to adjust our business models, rationalize some parts of our business, deal with the cold realities of some of the impacts of the business, and make some decisions that are the best for our people, our customers, our brands in the short term, just to make sure we can get through this pandemic. So I don't want to be over dramatic and say that it's highly stressful. I think any small business person actually has a lot of the acumens I just mentioned of looking at all those issues every day and making decisions and trying to do the best they can. This seems to obviously have much more impact and on people in particular, and clearly the decisions here are a little bit bigger as we're dealing with this difficult stuff. So as I said, it's kind of wake up, make sure that we're doing the best that we can to abide by the social distancing and the guidelines around the pandemic, make sure that we have products available for our customers in the way that we're allowed to now as a company in the pandemic world where we're technically closed for on-premise consumption of beer and food. The choices to provide curbside or carry out, retail and so forth are there for us, and that's where we've spent our time. We also still distribute off-site a little bit to retail stores to make our beer available to folks. So it's a lot of the same activities we did when we had the brewery running without any pandemic concerns, but we're zigging and zagging and just trying to make sure that we stay viable as we get through all of this.
Okay, so you mentioned a couple local retailers. So where can we find your beer?
Sure. Well, great. So we're here in Hopkinton, as you all know, and we're in most of the retail stores right around the Hopkinton area: Marty's Fine Wines and Spirits, Hopkinton Wine and Spirits, the Wine Empire down in Ashland, We're at the Liquor World in Milford. We actually have on our website a Find Us tab that has our retail stores and our bars that we supply to on that list. We're going to get that updated this weekend because it's changed. All of our bars are that we supply are closed for a few more weeks here. But you should have a fresh view of where our beer is available on that website on our Find Us tab. As well, by the way, is right here at our brewery in our tap room. You can come visit us during our open hours and purchase beer to go and take home.
Fantastic.
I
That's
know
awesome.
nothing about that.
Nor does anybody else in town. Nobody's coming on.
It's all my husband. Actually, we have a favorite, the Marathon Wheat. So Brian and I are both big marathon runners, and he went to get a 4-pack of the Marathon Wheat, and someone had very nicely, the supply was running dangerously low, and someone had very nicely saved a 4-pack. And then we were informed that the only size available was the growler, which I wasn't really sure what that was. It's a big, huge 32 ounces. Is that right, Ted?
It's a big commitment. Yes.
So
we'll have the cans back in a couple weeks. So, it's amazing how people have been stocking up. I'm sure everybody's heard about that and we all are as consumers. I think when we get to the stores, but people are buying a little bit more than we've seen in the past in terms of carrying out the cans. So we're just trying to ramp up as many production runs as we can, make more cans. There's a little bit of a lead time to make all that happen, but in May and June, we should have plenty of cans available across all of our beers that are available.
Yeah, I think that answered my questions. Like, are you guys super busy like everybody else, all the liquor shops and it sounds like...
We are very fortunate. When we first heard the news, I think it was March 15th or 16th that we had to close, as did all of the breweries and restaurants and bars in the state. We were very worried about what that week would look like and what the next 60 days would look like. We have just been blown away with the support from the community, folks making a point of coming in, not only buying beer and carrying out food, and we can do that here at the brewery. We're open Wednesday through Sunday from 3 to 7:30. But we also have seen people buy gift cards and trying to pay it forward a little bit, buying merchandise. We're getting these wonderful notes about, thank you for being open. The sense of community. We've always been a hyper-local business and always just been blown away by the great relationships we have with people here and how the town has responded to our efforts to build our business here and provide, frankly, a gap in the market here for, a nice place to be with the community in a terrific environment. We've always been really, really, that's probably been the most special part of building our business is just how the community has been supporting us. But this is another level of that in these times where, I'm sure many of these people that are coming in and supporting us are hurting themselves. And it just means a tremendous amount to us. And we're fortunate that we're stable. We're going to get through this and we'll hopefully get back on the other side of this to having a nice, wonderful place where people can come in and enjoy themselves again.
Those are all great points. I heard a story that was basically, we're all in the same storm, but we're not all in the same boat. And my boat and what's going on at my house and a husband, who's furloughed and blah, blah, is different than someone else who's fully employed, but just, working from home now. So I love that you're seeing support from, kind of the whole spectrum in
Yes,
Hopkinton.
absolutely. Yeah.
Awesome. So I'm not going to ask the question that I was going to ask. I would love for you to share the logo. You have it right on your shirt. It's
Sure.
on the cans and stuff. So how did you get the name Startline and the logo? Tell us a little more about that.
Well, that's a great question. It's been a little while since I've told the story, but happy to share it. I studied craft beer and was a huge fan. I wasn't a home brewer, and I was fortunate in my sales role in my previous career to travel the country and get to know a lot of breweries and how this craft brewery explosion, frankly, in the country was underway. So when we decided to do it, we wanted a really spot-on name, and we had some ideas. We are so happy that we just abandoned those ideas and found a local name that really made us hyper-local. If you know Hopkinton, you know that we're about the marathon and the marathon footprint. Obviously, the marathon starts here. And we just woke up one morning, my wife and my daughter and I, and my brother-in-law. By the end of a half hour, we had decided that Startline was the appropriate name. It signified, where we are, connected us to the community. And we thought it would open up a lot of not only kind of local customer opportunities, but opportunities for us to get back to the community, as well as to make some fun beers that were tied to the race and to the efforts of the community. And as we've learned since we've been here, it's been a year-round event. So we're thrilled that we settled on Startline, and we've trademarked that name. It's a registered trademark name now for restaurants and alcohol. But the brewery logo has the Startline elements in it. You can see the lines in our logo. And then we use a tortoise. So this is our retirement business. It's our family retirement business, and we identify with kind of slow and steady wins the race. And so we are not out to do this fast. We're out to do this right. We're out to make this lasting and to take our time and spend the money to build whatever we decide to do that the best that we can, and truly try to make it extraordinary. So it is a literary lift from the Tortoise and the Hare. That is a tortoise. In fact, next week we have a Mexican lager, and we're using the tortoise name as part of the Mexican lager for the Tortuga name for the lager next week. So you have the elements of the Startline and the tortoise from the Tortoise and the Hare from the racing, but we also took our hops and put it in the back of the tortoise. We grow hops here on property. A lot of breweries grow hops in a field out back at their brewery. We actually grow hydroponic hops. To our knowledge, we're the only brewery that grows hops indoors hydroponically in the country. We are fortunate with the long agricultural history here at this property to have space in the back and some knowledge to grow hops. So from day one when we started growing hops back there. We grow these fabulous fresh hops and we use them in our beers. That's why we have a hop back to our tortoise shell. So that's all the information about the logo there. So hopefully that the next time you see our logo, you'll think a little differently about it now. A lot of thought went into it.
That's awesome. I love that.
Excellent. So I'm going to ask the last question, Nicole.
Oh, I have actually, I'm going to skip my last question too. But my question is my usual last question, I should say. But I want to know, have you been to the Oktoberfest in Germany?
I have not, and it is on my life bucket list. I understand, unfortunately, they've already canceled it for this year, which that's pretty telling how important social distancing is, because that is a rite of passage every fall there. It is something that it's on our list and we have to go do. Everybody who tells me they've been, I sit and I talk to them for 15 minutes about it and what was the experience like, and I can't wait to go. I hear it's nothing but an amazing experience, and we're kind of built to go do that and take it all in. So hopefully in 2021 we'll go off and do that.
Awesome.
All right. Well, we will close out here. So I think I missed this at the beginning, but for those of you that don't know, Nicole is the owner of Photo Fabulous You, where she and her team make rock stars on LinkedIn. She's based in Westboro, Mass.
And Mary is located in Hopkinton. She has 2 social selling businesses, and for once she addresses men, and she also helps people with their hair bows.
So thank you so much, Ted, for joining us today.
Mary and Nicole, thank you both very much. Appreciate the focus on our business here, and best of luck with Support 495. Thank you.
Thank you.
So all Ted's information will be listed once the video is posted, so you can find out or stop in once it's totally open, but you can do takeout for now. If you would like to support a local business, please make sure to share and like these posts and videos that Nicole and I are doing. Check back weekly, because we have new businesses all the time who are sharing great tips and information of how they're pivoting in this COVID. Please use our special community hashtag support495 to find us. And if you know someone else who should be featured, definitely have them reach out to us. So to end, let's shop local, support local, give local, drink local, and stay healthy, strong, sane,
and fabulous.
Be well. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.